Baji reports.
The Gambia government formally rolls out construction of a mega state-of-the-art projects, including a new VVIP facility at the Banjul International Airport. $1 billion has already been approved by the government for the implementation of these projects, with support from international partners from the Arab world. This ceremony, presided over by the Vice President, marks the official beginning of the implementation of 3 projects joining preparations for the OIC. Vice President Toure described the project as a landmark development.
The construction of the 22-kilometer Bertil Hiding Way project marks yet another significant milestone in the achievements of the government of the Gambia. This project will remain an everlasting development landmark. The project will be implemented into 2 phases for a construction duration of 24 months. Phase 1 will be executed in 14 months, whilst Phase 2 will be constructed for a period of 10 months. The ultimate success of this project depends immensely on the commitment and level of collaboration from the parties, i.e., the client, consultant, contractors, the workforce, and to a larger extent, the host communities.
This project is a significant milestone in President Adama Barrow's agenda for infrastructural development in the Gambia. A comprehensive and enabling road network is the backbone of any country's transportation system. In fact, a robust road network has positive implications for ease of doing business.
The projects includes the expansion of the Bertil Hiding Highway into 6 super lanes and the construction of a modern presidential lounge at the Banjul International Airport. The governor of the West Coast region, Lamin Sane, said the transformative systems of any country are measured by infrastructural advances.
The transformation process of any country is judged on her infrastructural development, especially on road networks, better transport services, effective communication, and the healthcare service delivery. Today's event demonstrates the government's commitment towards achieving that goal as enshrined in the National Development Plan of the Gambia.
The chairperson of the OIC Gambia Secretariat, Yankuba Diba, noted the progress achieved in the implementation of the projects that have been earmarked to contribute immensely to national development.
I would like to reiterate, Mr. Chairman, that the Gambia OIC Secretariat, with the support of our partners, remains confident and resolute in our commitment to deliver all our projects in a timely fashion and as well host the summit in a way that every Gambian can be proud of.
Roads are vital to any development agenda. The IDB, therefore, has a demonstrated willingness to support the government of the Gambia in the development of the road network.
The parliamentary representative for the Busumbala constituency, Sekuba Jaju, said the people of the Gambia have no regrets in choosing President Barrow, while acknowledging the importance of the infrastructural projects.
The people of the Gambia have no regret to vote in His Excellency President Adama Barrow into office. So if a project like this is coming to the Gambia, which will uplift the face of the Gambia, but also ease the traffic congestion, there is no less measure that this road project is going to empower the Gambian people economically, and by extension is going to empower and upgrade the economy of this country.
Representatives of various international donors renewed their commitment to helping the Gambia government achieve its development aspirations, while noting the project's impacts in enhancing robust international cooperation.
I'd like to take this opportunity to convey the Saudi government's best wishes for your country's continued progress, growth, and prosperity. We congratulate you on opening this important project, which also will support your achievement of sustainable development goals.
The government, through the Vice President, presented awards to the donors, acknowledging their contributions to the Gambia's socio-economic development. These massive infrastructural projects will make the upcoming 2022 OIC conference in the Gambia a major success, easing traffic congestion to improve the livelihoods of the urban population and other public utilities, as well as add value to President Barrow's legacy. Famara Baji, GRTS News.
And now we focus on to this press dispatch from the Independent Electoral Commission, IEC, which wishes to inform the public that campaign activities for the December 4th elections are subject to the Campaign Code of Ethics and Media Rules issued by the IEC. Political parties and candidates have the right to campaign and are provided access to the state media, Gambia radio and television services. Each candidate is allocated 10 minutes of political broadcast and 20 minutes of campaign highlights. Messages aired on both public and private media are required to conform with the relevant provisions guiding election campaign. The release adds that candidates are required to disseminate messages in relation to their campaign programs and manifesto. No candidate should make personal attacks, criticize, or insult another candidate. In view of this, media houses, both public and private, shall not broadcast messages from candidates that may be viewed as inflammatory, defamatory, insulting, or in contravention of media rules on election campaign. Candidates and their supporters are hereby reminded that, other than the approved composite campaign program, no other rally or public meeting related to the ongoing presidential election campaign shall be held without prior approval by the IEC. The usual cooperation of all political parties, candidates and stakeholders is solicited. The dispatch concludes. Now to the presidential campaigns, as the UDP campaign for the 2021 presidential election continues in the Central River region with a meeting at Nyani Kunting. Addressing supporters at the rally, the Secretary General and leader of the United Democratic Party, ANM Usainu Dabo, hailed the people of Nyani for their support to the UDP. Babu Cham has more.
The United Democratic Party's campaign meetings continues in the Central River region. Tuesday's first point of call was a visit at Barajali Suba to pay homage to the venerable elders in the community amidst crowd of party supporters. The delegation later proceeded to Barajali Tenda for a similar courtesy call on the family of the late President Sadauda Kairaba Jawara, where the community prayed for peace and successful election while recalling the good memories of the former president.
Barajali. Bini suba for $10 jang. Gambia la nganya dinkira la jang. Do horma bundala ko. Ya diume wulu. We men kata. Ay nafa men ki Gambia dingoli. Ay nafa men Gambia dingoli. Alamo langini Gambia din jamale.
The campaign entourage later drove back to Nyani Sukuta to Kuntaur, where supporters cheered their party leader as he passed through their villages along the way. It was a rousing welcome at Nyani Kunting. People came out in their numbers, conveying their party leader amidst drumming, singing, and dancing. Speaking at the mega rally, Jatu Konate, Ndejang, and Lamin Silla of New York described the UDP flag bearer as a man for all people. They call on people to cast their votes for the party to have a meaningful socio-economic development. Honorable Avsin Sise, enjoined his people to vote UDP in power, noting that a UDP-led government is committed to enhancing people's lives and livelihoods. Ibrahim Atiba extolled the excellent virtues of their party leader, describing Mr. Dabo as a humble person who has Gambia at heart. Marisol Jobate said she joined the UDP because of their vision and agenda to empower youth and women, as well as the zeal to develop the Gambia. She called on women to rally behind the party. She also used the opportunity to present learning materials to the school in the area. Bakari Bunja Dabo of the Gambia for All Party said it's time for Gambians to bring a meaningful change in the country to enjoy socio-economic development. The Secretary General and the flag bearer of the United Democratic Party, ANM Usainu Dabo, commended the people of Nyani for their show of support and solidarity to the party. He expressed his joy for the huge turnout while assuring them of UDP-led government support to improve and enhance quality health service delivery, education, youth and women empowerment, amongst others. He hailed the alliance with the Gambia for All Party and the independent candidate Marisol, while commending them for the good initiatives, noting that they are patriotic citizens who has the Gambia at heart. He also used the opportunity to thank and commend the diaspora community for their support to the party. Many people were presented and shown to the UDP flag bearer as defectors from other parties. After Kunting, the campaign entourage drove back to the provincial town of Janjambure for a night stop, where there was another rousing welcome at the bank, escorting their party leader to his home of comfort. The tour continues in the Central River region. Babu Cham, GRTS.
Now, the President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, has warned that his government will not compromise the peace and security following claims that exiled former President Yahya Jammeh is interfering in the internal politics of the country through GDC campaign platform to incite violence, and called on the IEC to put a stop to it. The leader of the NPP-led coalition made the remarks in Kuonkoba in Sandu district after meetings in Baja Kunda in Wuli East and Sarengai in Wuli West to wrap up his 2021 election campaign in URR. President Adama Barrow also revealed that his government has secured more than $500 million funds from development partners to continue his development projects in the country for the next 5 years. That report by Mama J will air in our subsequent bulletins. And now the GDC flag bearer Mama Kande has promised free health care for Gambians aged 65 and above, and for every child under age 5. Mr. Kande made the disclosure in the North and Central River regions, where he continues to mobilize support for his party ahead of the December polls. The news was well received by tens of hundreds of party faithfuls who at the point chanted renewed loyalty to the man they had already embraced for his track record in serving humanity, notably in the areas of health, education and the provision of clean drinking water. Louis Mendy has all the details.
The GDC flag bearer Mama Kande promised free health care for Gambians with age 65 and above, and for every child under age 5. Mr. Kande made the disclosure in the North and Central River regions, where he continues to mobilize support for his party ahead of the December polls. The news was well received by tens of hundreds of party faithful who at the point chanted renewed loyalty to the man they had already embraced for his track record in serving humanity, notably in the areas of health, education, and the provision of clean drinking water. In Genji Wolof Anyoro Tuklor in the Central River region, the people expressed a lack of faith in the Barrow government as a reason for the shift of allegiance to Mama Kande. They cited the challenges of agriculture, the lack of minimum wage for the working class, the expensive telecom, weak security, and annoying cases of robbery to defend their arguments. In Nyani Yakonte, where the GDC rounded up its Tuesday meetings, Asata Kaja Sise cried the lack of feeder roads linking our village and several others to the major towns in the region. She blamed the government for the high cost of living, which she said doesn't commensurate earnings. At a time, the government is also not doing enough to give agriculture the due attention it deserves, putting pressure on the poor.
Hanky, Munedemba, Sayahi, Sakane Demna, and we tapan the joy bitik. So jele $50 in Gayobu Cosibitic. I saw them have them, then agenda Bessa Holby said that. And the payment a joy. They saw jele $500. Warula Dula Jordepans. Mune tey techak lolu mo kenona yomba $2 nga ango legi $10 du saf samave.
For Talambai, what seems to have angered him is what he called the use of public funds by the government to buy votes. I was offered a chance but refused to take it, he claimed. Tala then used the opportunity to implore on Gambians never to sell their votes to any politician and compromise the principle of freedom of choice in election.
3,000 ñu joxe ni ku wax ne du waji moko indi do am
o wi gani gardo galle makko keto de halaka ko fewi de o wi gani gardo galle makko wi mo de do ujunnaaje tadi gokkirtedo sita tan awi wona adama baro o kirtade an wona kebo hen
mane ko man Tala Mbay
o wi makko Tala Mbay
Mbayen Burama ma wax ne
Mbayen Burama dum woni sare Burama o wi ne
ma ko wax ne demal nga wax Adama Baro ne Tala Mbay mu ne xaali bi xamul fu joge
o wi ko rutite on kongol makongol o wi mo rutoto Adama Baro mbiya mo makko hore makko anda to o kalis imori.
Encouraged by the level of wisdom from the speakers and party faithful, Mama Kande promised to alleviate Gambian sufferings if he wins the election. With a powerful diction, Mama Kande told the people of Central River region, I am glad you know your development challenges over the past 5 years under a government that is only good in laying foundation stones and claiming ownership of development projects of the previous government.
Ngati hakino fewi nañ bay sun xel bu baax baax wi no on amna lu ñu waxon ne politique bi ren wota waddu en bu ñu boole politique bi ren wota taj endam bu mtak politique bi ren wota taj kodigal bu jaay ak mboko politique ñollo politique bu tilim politique luubdo politique bu kesew politique bondo politique bu bon eneen coklaali du yobbu guñ ko li gorabe dumbe ñu koy liggéeyee kay mbay non ñom mel nonu wala du woni politique lool du moy politique.
Mr. Kande said a government that is pocket and belly hungry will hardly meet the development aspirations of our citizens, referring to the country's current situation, and his party will change that if he wins in December. The Nyani rally also witnessed defection from other parties to the GDC, most of them women and youths, convinced by the GDC's agenda to rebuild the country. Mr. Cham Jr., the GDC youth president, encouraged them to demonstrate that by voting for Mama Kande in December. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
And now the flag bearer and Secretary General of the People Democratic Organization for Independence and Socialism, PDOIS, has renewed his resolve to transform the North Bank region into an agricultural hub if voted into office. Halifa Saleh was speaking during sport meetings in Ndugu Kebe, Chairman, Medina Sering Mas, Fas Chaho, Pakaunjogu, Banta, Bakalar, and Kir Omar Sen in the lower and Upper Nyumi districts of the North Bank region. Yaro Jalo is traveling with the PDOIS campaign team, and he now reports.
Addressing board meetings, Honorable Halifa Saleh, who is also the National Assembly member for Serekunda, emphasized the need to introduce sound policies and programs that would mechanize the agricultural sector. Salah pointed out that the PDOIS-led government will ensure that the country produce and process what we grow to have a self-reliant and export-oriented agriculture that would guarantee food security and enhance export to enable Gambian farmers become prosperous income earners. Honorable Salah added that the provision of basic social services such as good roads, mini stadiums, electricity, and clean drinking water is a fundamental right for all citizens. The firebrand parliamentarian, who is also the standard bearer for the PDOIS-led government, will build quality and affordable homes through the housing scheme to help people own homes, especially residents of rural areas. The leaders of All People's Party and the Youth for Change movement, Dr. Ibrahim Jany and Alhaji Mamadi Quran respectively, advised people to vote wisely for the PDOIS party. They assured the people of the area, especially the youth and women, that agriculture, education, and the health sectors would be given priorities if PDOIS is voted into office. Several other speakers also assured the PDOIS flag bearer of their unflinching support and loyalty. The talk continues. For GRTS News, this is Yero Jallo reporting.
And now the team turnaround led by independent presidential candidate Esambai Fall is still in the Upper River region as part of his campaign for the presidency. Mr. Fall held meetings in Fatoto, Koina and other communities on Wednesday as he delivers his campaign promises to the electorate. GRTS's Ibrahim Jallo is embedded with Mr. Fall's team and tells us more.